Hi, it's Cathy with another episode of Fast and Fabulous on Friday. And today I am going to show you how to make this card using some retiring items. First of all, the Irresistibly Floral designer paper is retiring, as well as a couple of the stamps that we use in this. So let's get started. What you'll need as far as the stamps are is the Sweet Sayings, and I've got the Thanks for Being You stamp. The Petite Petals, which is also retiring, and we'll be using this one here, and the Coordinating Punch, which is retiring. And then finally the Flower Shop stamp set, and this is staying around, and we will be using the Coordinating Pansy Punch, which also will be staying around. For your cardstock and items, you'll need a piece of So Saffron that is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4, and that will be your card front. You'll need a piece of the Peekaboo Peach cardstock, and as you can see, I've cut a scallop circle that we're going to be using right out of the center of it because it's going to be hidden. So this is a good way of getting a little more mileage out of your cardstock. And that will go on there. And a piece of the Irresistibly Floral Designer Series paper. And this is cut to 3 3/4 by 5 inches. And you'll need a piece for the inside of your card of Whisper White that is 4 by 5 1/4 inches. And then a scrap piece for stamping flowers on. And so that I just have a piece that's a little bit smaller than 4 by 5 1/4. I have the 3 pieces that have been cut out using the dies. This one here, let's see, let's go ahead and get a ruler and I'll tell you the measurements of each of these. These are from the Layering Circles, and this is a 2.5 inch scallop circle cut with the Peekaboo Peach cardstock. And this one is 2 1/4 inches of So Saffron, again with the scallop circle. And then using the stitch shapes, this is the 1 7/8 inch circle. Okay, and then you'll need a piece that of the Peekaboo Peach, which is 1 inch wide and 5 1/4 inches. A piece of the So Saffron that needs to be at least 1/2 inch by 5 1/4, and then an 1/8 inch wide piece of the gold ribbon. And then finally the enamel dots in the in colors, which will also be retiring. So we'll go ahead and stamp the thanks on our circle. Using the Peekaboo Peach. And then using Daffodil Delight, I'm going to take that scrap piece and stamp 2 of the Flower Shop flowers, this one here. So we're going to be using this one here and this one here. And this one we're going to be doing out of the Daffodil Delight. Now, if you have this stamp set and you have issues with trying to line it up with the punch, what I did is I determined what this bottom petal, which one it is, and I put a black dot in my punch. And then on each of the stamps, I cut this little triangle out. So I know that as I'm punching, I want that little cutout to be at the bottom. So that way it's easier for me to punch. So I'm going to put 2 of those with those at the bottom, like that, and then come back with the Peekaboo Peach right over the top. And again, see, I have this spot and there's the little cutout. And so I know that's at the bottom. And I am not being perfect about this on lining it up. As you can see, I don't think it matters when I go to punch it. I think it's going to be just fine. That one turned out pretty good. And then over here on the side, I'm going to do a couple of the little flowers. And those will get punched out as well. So let's go ahead and punch these out. Now I don't have to do quite so much lining up because I know exactly where that bottom is. And that's my bottom petal. And get my little one. And punch those two. Okay, so now we have all of the pieces that we need to assemble this card. The next thing we want to do is to color our Irresistibly Floral. And I'm going to start with a sponge and the Daffodil Delight and pick up some ink and just lay some color down in various areas. You don't have to put it everywhere. Okay, and then I'll come back with the Peekaboo Peach. And get some intense color in some areas and not so intense in others. And that can be glued down. Onto this Peekaboo Peach piece. And then onto my card. And I just flipped that around so that my swirls were kind of facing up. I thought they'd look better that way. And then I'll get my two scallops and my stamped one. The stamped one will go directly down onto the vanilla piece. And then that is going to be on dimensionals. Placed on top of the Peekaboo Peach one, and that will also be on dimensionals. I'm going to place that right in the center of my card. And then my flowers, one of which is going to get placed right down against my card and slid underneath here, just a little bit. And then this will be on dimensionals. And up here and slid in against. And then this one here will be up on the dimensional. and placed over here on this side. Just like that. We'll get our in color enamels out and put the larger ones on the big flowers and smaller ones on the little ones. Let's jump to the inside of our card. So we're going to place this yellow piece strip behind. Oh, before we do that, let's go ahead and do our stamping on this. Get the Peekaboo Peach out. And we're just going to randomly stamp some flowers. You can put some more petals if you want them hanging in spots like that. Okay, so this will be placed here like this. And then if you get a piece of plastic or your silicone mat and get your gold ribbon, and you can take your fast fuse and run down it and pick that up off of there. Kind of smooth out so it doesn't have a whole bunch of it sticking, then that will lay against your and hold. And if there is anywhere, you can either use your fingers and just rub it and that fast fuse will disappear, or you can use your adhesive remover if you have one. But we'll just do that real fast. Super quick and easy. It's a great way to hold your ribbon in place. Place those. It'll come down here like that. Got a little bit of still some glue there. And then this is going to go onto a couple of dimensionals. And placed here. And this will go on the inside of your card. And there is your Fast and Fabulous card for Friday. I hope you enjoyed this. Come on back next week for another Fast and Fabulous episode. And check out my videos for Tippin' on Tuesday. And if you haven't received a new catalog yet, get in touch with me and I will get one out to you. I'd be thrilled to become your demonstrator and share all my fun ideas with you. And we will see you next week.